So I've started the recording. I'm sharing my screen. So previous session we talked about the enterprise structure and the warehouse structure. So for this we need to define the configuration. So we decided that we will be creating our plant, storage location, warehouse, and similarly we need to create the warehouse structure in form of warehouse, storage type, storage section, and storage bin. Correct? Hope you are audible. I mean, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So as a part of this, we have performed certain 15-16 steps as a part of this configuration, so that when we create our purchase order or deliveries, that's supposed to replicate into the EWM component. Okay, so this is kind of base that we have created in form of enterprise structure and the warehouse structure. So that what happen when we want to create the material, for example, okay, there are certain products. So let's assume that we have a company wherein we are doing the assembly of the pump. There is one product that we are selling to the customer. So what we can do, once this interface structure is available, we can create our material master. Material master is having the data respective departments like purchasing, sales, and manufacturing. So some data is plant specific, some data is client specific. So for this we require the enterprise structure so that we can create that particular material master into that particular plant. So that is the purpose of having this structure. Second thing is that once this product is material master is available, then that will be that will help us to create as a product in EWM. Okay, that we will see how to create the product in EWM. We need to extend the same material as a product in EWM. Okay, and after that what we can do, we can create the purchase order and inbound delivery. So what happened, that inbound delivery will reflect in EWM component. Okay, so that I will be showing. So just I want to know, like you guys completed this interface structure and warehouse structure. uh, Hello, Sahil, have you got a chance to go through these configurations? Sahil, I think you are mute. Yeah, Ananya, maybe if you can confirm that you completed this configuration. Okay, so you have not received the system access. Prashant,
So we haven't received the system access.
So have you got the chance to talk to anyone regarding the system access?
Yes, actually called by something.
Monica or someone else, if you might have connected it, do you have got any update?
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, Prashant.
Not yet. Not yet. We haven't received any updates on the system access yet.
Okay, so
But
maybe you
we,
can.
but we received access to resources, educational resources.
Resource, huh?
Yes.
Which access? Maybe if you can tell me a little bit more.
E-learning, e-learning module access.
E-learning module access.
Yes.
Okay, you got that access from Monica, correct?
Correct.
So what is that e-learning module access? It is a system is there in that?
Actually, I have no idea.
You don't have any idea. Maybe Ananya, Sahil, if you have any idea, please let me know.
If you want, I'll.
Actually, that is that auto.
Yes, yes. Odoo.
ERP access.
Yes, Odoo access. I will receive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Written access.
So in Odo access, you got the ERP system access, you mean, Sahil?
No, no, no.
Odoo
That is
access.
not it.
Wait, I'll share my screen if you want.
Yeah, yeah, maybe. Yeah, let me understand.
Is it visible?
Yes, I can see. Hmm.
So where do I go from here? If I have to access the screen tab screen.
So we can see like e-learning, website, inventory, manufacturing. Hmm.
I'll go one by one, okay? First I'll go distance.
We don't have anything, I think.
Site.
Hmm. Maybe you can go in a learning. What?
This is the courses. I'll go
Okay, so I don't see the system access, correct?
I see something configuration here.
Mhm.
No, it is not there.
No. Okay.
Maybe apps.
Maybe then you can access, you can request for the system access, na? That is required. Otherwise, what happen? We will be doing our activities and we are not able to complete that one. Then it will not be clear actually. So you must require the access. I will talk from my side to Manika once, but at the same time, you guys also request to the same group saying that we haven't received the access as of now. Okay? Okay. Fine. Okay, then I am sharing my screen. So yeah, so you haven't completed this configuration as of now, okay? Simply we have uh, gone step by step, but purpose of this one is that to make ready our system, okay? So that we can perform the activity. So which activity we supposed to do it today, that we will see. So once this configuration is completed and we map the system, after mapping this system, we will be creating purchase order, okay, and inbound delivery to see this connection is working as expected or not. This
Is
is
the
first
recording
check.
started? Sorry.
Yes,
Recording
let me
started.
check it. Yeah, it is already started. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we wanted to see once we create the inbound delivery, okay, that inbound delivery is got distributed or not. That first check we are going to do it after that configuration, okay. And after that, what we are going to do, we will be learning a simple inbound process. Okay, what is mean by simple inbound process? Basically, in a warehouse, we do three major activities. One is the inbound process, other is the outbound process, and then we have the internal process. So we will try to understand what is meant by inbound process. Okay, so what are the sources of the material that we are receiving in the warehouse? Okay, so first thing is that the vendor from where we are receiving the material, correct? Second source, maybe if anyone can tell me what could be the other source to receive the material. Is it correct? Do you have any idea? Production order, with that we are receiving the material.
STO.
And third one is the STO, correct? These are the three sources from which we are receiving the material, okay? So
That would also be the returns as well.
What is
and
STU?
STO means stock transfer order. Stock transfer order. That means you have a multiple warehouse. Let's say you are in Pune and you have one warehouse and you have the other warehouse in a Gurgaon. So maybe like from one warehouse to another warehouse, you are transferring your material via stock transfer order. Is it clear?
Company,
Sorry.
within company movement for
Yeah.
SPO
So
is for
in
within company.
yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it could be intra or internal STO process. Through that, we are moving the material from one warehouse to the other warehouse. Okay. A production order in which what we do, we create the production order. You will be having a raw material. Okay, you are consuming that raw material and you are producing your finished material. So this is the another source for receiving the material, and the other one is the vendor from which we are purchasing the material. Okay, so in this case what we are doing it
Actually,
first.
Anand, is the returns also part of, like, it could be a
Yeah,
part of?
yes, return will also a part of the inbound process, because we are receiving the material, correct? So ideally return is also a part of this process. Okay, so these are the four sources. Then what happened basically, when we are receiving the material, let's assume that we have created a purchase order first. Okay, and after creating purchase order, we are creating the inbound delivery. Okay, as our storage location, it is related to the EWM managed warehouse. Okay, so that inbound delivery is got distributed. First we are creating inbound delivery. So what happened immediately, this delivery is got distributed. EWM, we use transaction VL3031N to create the inbound delivery. Then after that it's got distributed, and here we are performing next activity is that we are performing the good receipt, and after that we will be doing the put away. So that will be a simple put away. Okay, so this is one process that is related to the inbound process through which we are receiving the material from the vendor. Okay, so we will try to cover this process, receiving of the material via purchase order, and other one we will be checking that our interface, that what we set up is working properly or not. Okay, so these 2 points we will try to see it. So I will log it in my system.
Will we also get a, like, say, similar kind of access for the VM3?
Yes, you're supposed to get the access, similar kind of access. Okay, so WP warehouses. For this warehouse we have created the storage bins. Just let me check. These are our storage bins that we have created for warehouse WP01 warehouse, and this warehouse is assigned to which plant, that I wanted to check it once. I'm going in configuration, extended warehouse management, and in interface I wanted to see like ERP interface, and here we will be having the setup for this warehouse number and storage location. Okay, so my plant is WE01 and it is assigned to warehouse WP01. Okay, and this is the storage location 1001 and 1002. So now for this plant I will create one material master, then I will be creating purchase order, and then inbound delivery, and that delivery should be available to this warehouse. So this we are going to do it now. So to create the material master we are using MM01. Okay, so we are checking like WE. So I will say like there is one material called as WE pump. Okay, this is the external number. Okay, I am giving this to create the material. I will say that is a mechanical engineering industry sector. Okay, material type is FERT material. Just I am defining one material master. So we need to select industry sector, material type, and we can give the name as per our requirement. So what are the things I will be entering it? Basic data views. This is the client data. Then purchasing data, I am selecting it. MRP1, MRP2, MRP3, MRP4. These are the department specific data.
What is the transaction code to open this script?
MM01. MM01 to create the material master. Okay, so now I have selected basic views. Okay, we need to select basic data, purchasing, MRP views, accounting, and costing. These are the views that I have selected. So simply then I am saying yes. Then I am entering my plant. Okay, and then I am giving it for which storage location I want to create this material. These two information I have given it, plant and storage location. Okay. Okay, there is certain errors that is related to the material ledger actually. So this it is asking, sorry.
Asking it to activate for this plant only.
Yes, OMX1. This is test system, so we are doing this setup first time, so we need to activate this.
Start to activate it. Is there?
Okay. This should be displaying. Okay, I'm trying to activate this material ledger via OMX2, OMX3 and OMX1. Okay, so normally in OMX1 that entry is editable, but in our case it is not available. Base unit of measure is material group, and I'm removing this one, general item category, it's not required. MRP type is ND. For this plant I have these two materials, so I'm creating Jessica is 001, company code is 001, and I'm checking to create this purchase order, this material. Okay, PO quantity 1, plant is WA01, and we are entering the storage location. Okay. Okay, because we are getting that error, I will try with this one, the same plant actually. So in two things is important, the purchase order level, that our storage location, that is 1001 storage location, that should be EWM relevant. Second point, that we need to define this confirmation control, that is 0004. After that we are going to save our purchase order. Once we have created this purchase order, we are now creating inbound delivery, that is VL31N transaction. In that, based on the purchase order, we got to know like for which material, what quantity. Okay, we are going to create the delivery. Okay, here we can see that storage location. Let's say if I change the storage location is 1003, so what will happen? System create a delivery, but it will not distribute it. Okay, just if we want to check, we can do it. Okay, no good receiving point. Okay, so there is receiving point data is not maintained in the configuration, that's why we got the error. But yes, we can maintain the data, we can check that one also. But let's go first with 1001 storage location. What else we can check here? Here we can go in a header view. Okay, we can find out, first thing is that this distribution warehouse, what is said, it is the A means relevant. we have these options like not relevant. If I select the storage location, for example 1003, that is not a WM manage, so that's why in that case by default it will come as not relevant, empty. Now in this case is a relevant. That means what happened when I save this delivery, the delivery is got distributed. Okay, once the delivery is got distributed, the status will change to B. Okay, then we have plan for distribution. So in your warehouse you decided that you don't want to distribute the delivery immediately to the EWM because we don't want to start the activities in the warehouse. We wanted to plan it accordingly, weekly kind of things, so that someone will.
This is automatic or this is done by a user?
This is coming, this is as a now automatically, and it can come as a D also, plan for distribution. If we do the configuration in a distribution model, if you say that I don't want to distribute immediately, so in that case it will come by default as D automatically. So in that case what we need to do, we need to go in VLO6 transaction. We can find out what are the deliveries that is planned for the distribution, and someone can distribute it manually. Okay, so this.
What is the difference between relevant and confirm?
Confirm means you completed your delivery, that's become confirmed, means you have completed the good receipt, correct? For example, you have completed your all activities, and after that what happened, you have received the material, that become confirmed, correct?
Then this field is actually dynamic, right? It changes as per we do the GR.
Sorry, can you come again?
I believe this field is dynamic, right? It changes as we go on with the further activities, right? As we do the GR.
Exactly, yeah. So for example, now you have created the inbound delivery, so now the status is A, correct? A means it is relevant for the distribution. The moment it got successfully distributed, the same delivery status got changed to B, and after that you will be in EWM. Let's say you have performed the good receipt, then that status supposed to change to C. Okay, this is the dynamic. As you perform the activities, then it's got changed. Okay, but if user says that they have the problem in a delivery, so we can see sometimes like users select the wrong storage location, and they come and say that we have created delivery but it has not distributed. So we have to check, we have to come here, see what is the status. Okay, if it says not relevant, then we have to guide to the user, say that see, you have not selected correct storage location, and that's why the delivery is not relevant for the distribution. Okay, and if you want to check it, what is the purchase order for this one, we can go in item. Okay, and we can check in the predecessor data what is my reference document. So this is the reference document. So this is the place where we can find some important information at the delivery level.
Anand, can you also explain how this correlates with the batches as well? Because like most material are batch managed. So
Yes, so what happened for the batch management, when you create your product as a batch managed product, okay, so you have activated the batch management settings, okay, for your client, and when you create the material masters and you activate that, material master is relevant for the batch management, correct? So what will happen when you create the deliveries, that time you will be assigning the batch here, correct? Because that product is batch managed material, so you will be assigning the batch, and that batch information will be reflected here. Okay, the batch information will be reflected here. So now this material is non-batch managed, so that's why that is the batch is not required here. Okay, if it is a batch managed material, then the batch is required. Okay, so that you can update this batch, and when you distribute that batch will be available in EWM. Okay,
So what is best managed material?
Batch managed material means if you open the material here, you would be having the purchasing view. Okay. Line data 1. So let's say there is a batch manage material. I'm just giving the name like this. See here, see, you can see
Yes,
here
sir.
it's a batch management. This is means batch managed material. Your material is a batch managed material. We have activated this product is batch managed product. Okay, and what is the significance of this one? The significance of this one is that you are producing the material in a lot. Okay, for example, you can take an example like our perishable material or pharmaceutical products. Okay, and for those products are batch managed products, so that we can distinguish when we have produced that batch. Okay, based on that batch number. For example, you buy certain medicines. Okay, in the medicines we can find out what is the manufacturing date, what is the expiry date. So manufacturing date, expiry date is associated with that particular batch. When somebody complains about that we have some problem, company can trace back till to the batch. Okay, that in which batch we had the problem, they can find out this batch when we have produced. Okay, and they can also find out that to produce this batch what are the components or raw materials we have used. That raw materials you might have procured or purchased from the vendor, and you can reach to the vendor saying that because of certain batches we have the problem in our final product. So that is the significance of having a batch managed material. So that times, for example, your material is externally procured material. Okay, so today I have received some lot. Okay, let's say 100 pieces we have received. Okay, so and tomorrow also or next week you are receiving some another lot, that is 100 piece. So that lot and this lot, if you want to distinguish it, so you can distinguish based on the batch number. Batch number can be numerical number or alphanumerical number. With that we are identifying that particular lot. That makes sense, Ananya?
Yes.
Okay, and we can understand the significance of that pharmaceutical industries, food industries. Okay, for this, for them the batch management is very important. Okay, so that they can control, they can do the inspection at the batch level, then after they can deliver the material. So once you have activated this batch manage material, so when you are receiving the material, that will be the batch manage. When you are moving material from one storage location to another storage location or one warehouse to the another warehouse, that is again the batch management. If you are delivering to the customer, that again you are referring to the same batch. Okay, so that you can do the end-to-end traceability. That is the significance of batch management. So moving back to this now, what I can do, I can save this delivery, and you can observe what the message comes at bottom. Okay, so it says that inbound delivery have been saved. Okay, that means it has not distributed. So now if I want to see what could be the reason, so I need to go back here and understand what is the issue. First thing is that I need to know like what is this 1001. Okay, this is correct. Okay, ideally this should be distributed. That is the normal reason. That could be the this one. And apart from that, what else I can check? Shipment. I have created for WE01 plant. Now I need to backtrace it in configuration why it has not distributed. At least I supposed to get, if any error message is there, we can find out the error message here. Check doc distribution distributed document. Okay, so here I didn't get that error message itself also. So the root cause somewhere in configuration. I'm starting from the interface structure to identify what is the root cause. Okay, so I have mentioned like this plant storage location, warehouse. This as storage location is warehouse manage. Up to this we are good. Second check that I need to do, in logistic execution, extended warehouse management, basics, basic setup connectivity, configure EWM specific parameters. This is our WPA. And when we check here, oh, it was A there na, earlier.
Yes, correct.
Correct? How all of a sudden is gone? Strange. So only I changed this.
Why do you check the Q or the T code you said BL06 something to check the
No, no. See, it was earlier A, correct, when I was explaining it, and it's become all of a sudden non-relevant. That's the problem only. Otherwise, I don't see any problem. I can do that one, but there is no point. First, need to address this problem here only. how this become irrelevant. Only I have tried to change this one. Other than that, I have not done anything. Okay, let me try it again to create a purchase order and see from that point. So it says relevant. Now I'm saving this and we'll see whether it's got disappear or what happened. Hmm. It's strange. Okay, so you can see we got the message 18000353 was saved and distributed to WMS. Okay, so it got distributed. Ideally, that's what we are expecting. So next step, what we need to do, we need to check whether it has got really distributed or not. Okay, because in EWM, this should available. So normally we check in a inbound section in this transaction. What is this transaction? Transaction is SCWM MON. Okay, so this is the transaction wherein we need to check the deliveries that is related to the EWM. Now that delivery is coming from ECC to this component via queue. Okay, if any problem, let's say that is not got distributed, or not distributed means it is not available here. There are some error, so we can see it is not available here in this warehouse. What we can do, we need to check in the queue to understand what is the error SMQ2. Okay, so we can see that there is certain problem. So what we need to do, we need to go in this particular queue, understand what is the mandatory date TD delivery couldn't map for this delivery. Okay, so there is some configuration, additional configurations that related to the date delivery. Okay, delivery that has not done. That's why this function model, that is a save replica function model, is used via queue to create that delivery in EWM component. Okay,
Can
so
we
this is
can we change the field from mandatory to non mandatory?
No, that is a basic configuration. That is basic requirement that is required that we need to add. So again, for this, what we need to do, we need to go in interface that comes under EWM. Let me check. That comes under. Okay. So here, what we need to understand in this component, the ERP integration in delivery processing, we did the mapping. Okay, mapping of ECC inbound delivery with the EWM delivery. Okay, EWM document type is INB and ECC document type is that we can check at the delivery. What is that ECC document type? VL33N. This is the delivery number that we know. We are coming here in the header data. In administration, you can find a delivery type. This is called EL delivery type. So mapping we will check for this EL delivery type. It has mapped to the INB. Okay, this is something someone had changed probably. That's why it is not working. Okay, so EL. So I will try to add this entry again without this document type, and we will see different from the source target key must differ from this. If it is not there, at least we should require that must have. If somebody is editing it, he should edit it with the additional combination. So I will remove this. first problem is that this document type is defined here. It should be standard defined document types, but somewhere it is ZINB document type. Then second point is related to the mandatory date. Let me check that point. Yes. Date type. Okay, so let's see TD delivery. So here I can see this is INB, but here I don't have ZINB, who is someone has working on that one. So let me see if I can update a ZINB and we'll try to reprocess that queue. Okay. I will go back. So this is the queue again. We try to address this error. Okay, mandatory date. What we need to do, we have to double click here. No, not like this. I need to go in edit. We have the option called reset status. With this reset status, system will try to process it. I need to refresh it. It says transaction is executing. If any further error, it will stop or it will replicate the delivery. It is got replicated the delivery. Now that means the delivery should be available here. Okay, in this our warehouse cockpit. I will go here. The delivery number I have already given here. Okay, as there are less deliveries, probably we cannot even not entered. The system will work properly. It will do the list of deliveries available. And now this is the delivery. So what we have done, we have take the creation of the inbound delivery and distribution into the warehouse cockpit in EWM. So in EWM, this is the transaction wherein we are performing the EWM activities. So that there we are expecting this delivery should be available. Okay. So which part we did it? We have replicated that delivery. So we have checked purchase order. We have created. Yes, it is working. We are able to create the purchase order. Then we have created the inbound delivery. We observed that there was some issue that delivery is not getting distributed. However, we have created with new purchase order working. Correct, these two scenarios are working. Now comes to the next steps to see how it replicate, how it appear in EWM. Any question as of now? Means any confusion, any things that you want to ask, clarify, please let me know. Because here and there some errors are coming, so we are also trying to address those errors also. So that's why just wanted to ask you. Yes, I please.
Yeah. No, no.
It is clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Prashant, Ananya, do you have any question, doubts? Okay. I hope it is fine with Prashant also. So let's proceed further.
Yes.
So now we will check. So this in this transaction, okay, we can default values. Normally if your inbound delivery you are not able to find out, you have to make sure that warehouse number, that what we have, whether we have entered correctly or not. This is our warehouse number. Okay, so there is a many warehouse number. So if you want to switch from one warehouse to another warehouse, we have to switch from here. Okay, this is one place. Then this is the line item. Blocked means there is certain errors. Okay, we can display in the form view what information we get it, what is the document category, This is a PDI document category, means inbound delivery. What is the document type? ZINB, inbound delivery document type. Then we have the warehouse number. Okay, this is GR office. Okay, and who has created. Okay, sometime like inbound delivery is created via IDOC interface. So in that case, you would be having a system user ID there. Okay, so we can, or otherwise you, when you are working on any issues on certain deliveries, you want to clarify certain points or certain action that you wanted to perform with the help of end user. So you will be checking, oh, this person has created, then you will be contacting him, taking his help to rectify this issue. Okay, this is the header level information. Now we will check what is the atom level information. In the atom, we can see the product, batch. If it is a batch finished material, we will get the batch information here. Okay, if it is not here, we can create the batch here also in EWM. Then we have production date, batch before date. Okay, then what else we can check? Okay, so this is about movement data. Okay, so we can see like good movement bin. Okay, so good movement bin means this after completing GR, in which bin this material has to go, that is the good movement bin. Then status, we have the status, picking status, good receipt status. For example, when you complete the good receipt, the status will change to completed. When you this is not related to the packing. Okay, this is really pack. I thought it's a picking. Okay, picking is relevant for the outbound delivery. Okay, if you complete the packing, then the status will change to completed. Now the put away status. Okay, put away status means when you move the material to the final destination bin. So that time operator confirm the warehouse task, the status change to put away status. Okay, and this warehouse activity status, overall status, that is kind of overall status. Then what is the atom category? Atom category is the delivery. Atom type is IDLV. Okay, this is the IDLV. And here then there is a further information you can find out. There are sub tabs are there, status. Okay, these are the statuses that we can see. Okay, DCO completion status means that when you complete a good receipt, put away completed, then this DCO completion status set to DCO. Then if user says that you want to reverse these things as the status is completed, it will not allow you to reverse it. Okay, so in that case you can define certain delay also to change it to the DCO status, the 10 days delay or 20 days delays. Okay, so that any reversal or something is there, that can be taken care. Okay, this is done at the warehouse level. Warehouse level and delivery type level, the delay we can define it just for the information, because if you got a requirement wherein they wanted to reverse it but the DCO status is completed, then you will not able to do the reversal. So what we can do, there is a configuration wherein you can define certain delay. This is the area wherein you can make sure that what is the DCO status. PPF action. What is meant by PPF action? PPF means post processing framework. For example, you want to automate certain activities. Okay, for example, um, this delivery is received in 3PL system, means third party logistics system. Now third party logistics systems, they are they are performing the receptions and all everything, and but our systems, as it is our stock only, we wanted to interested to know like that product delivery has received or not received. So that means that even the delivery is created it in our system, but as we are taking service from the third party logistics, they are doing activity in their system, they are providing that service, but their system is connected with our systems. So in that case we might not be interested to perform the good receipt physically, or you don't want to do the put away, that time what you can do, you can perform that PPF action. Okay, or that is called the auto good receipt or auto warehouse task creation. That is the PPF action that we can trigger. If something is got triggered, we can find out here. Then handling unit. Okay, material is managed in the handling unit. We can find out the information, the handling unit related information here. Transportation unit. Transportation unit is a part of transportation management. Okay, wherein in a transportation uh, unit level, what are the activities that we are performing against that TU? Okay, for example, loading. Okay, when the loading started, when the loading is completed. Okay, and once that loading start completed, then transport can uh, move the material. So that all the activities that we perform against the transportation unit. So that transportation unit information, if it is relevant, we can find out. Okay, so this is the one place wherein we can find out the informations related to the header data, item data, respective status. Okay, that information is relevant. Now come back to our error. What is this block error? I wanted to see detail of this error. What I will do, I will click on this check, and system said that good movement being not determined or entered. Okay, so for this we need to check the configuration. Okay, so let's try to understand where we supposed to receive this product. In this case, we have a GR zone, GR zone underscore GR zone. This is the GR zone. So what happened? And this is the GI zone. So we are talking about the GI GR zone. When your material comes, system should know like in which bin that material should go. Okay, first, that is the intermediate bin, correct? Because let's assume that truck has arrived here, and we cannot keep the material for the long time there. That's what we call as the intermediate bin or staging area. Okay, so when we perform the go to ship, stock will be available or visible at this GR zone. Okay, now in our case, this GR zone is what storage type, that is 9010 storage type. I will show you that one. And for this we have created this GR zone. SPRO IMG, we have defined our storage type, so I am visiting it. What is our storage type for GR zone? Sorry, not relevant. This is the storage type. Okay, provide in good receipt. So we have created this storage type, correct? What we need to see, what is the storage type role? Storage type role is the staging area role. Okay, so whatever the storage type that we see here, this is the D type of storage type. Here it will be also D type. So that's what we have verified it, and then we are saying that confirmation put away. When we are doing the put away, we require the confirmation, is we need to do the confirmation, and the put away rules that we have selected it is a 4. Means this is a general storage area, correct? We are storing this material in the general storage area. Okay, so we are not storing in the empty bin or something. It's a general storage area. Okay, it's a general, we can, any product we can be stored in this area. So for this storage type, we require to create the storage bin also. So we can verify that. How to verify? We need to use this transaction SCWM LS02 or 03 ZR0. So for this warehouse WP01 warehouse, we have created this storage bin ZR zone for this storage type 9010. Means this storage type is also available. Now the question comes like, why this determination is not happen? Okay, so now we go back, check in a configuration again, SPRO, cross processing setting, and here warehouse task. Within warehouse task, to create the warehouse task, I would say we require the warehouse process type. Okay, so we are checking this warehouse process type, and then in this warehouse process type only we are going to define the bin. So ZR zone bin, we are going to define that warehouse process type. So that is also we are verifying it. So we have one warehouse process type. Okay, that is 1010. What is the description? Put away. So this warehouse process type is related to the put away. Okay, so warehouse process category is one. There are different types of warehouse process category, like put away means we are storing the material. Stock removal, if it is outbound delivery, that what will be the category? That will be a stock removal category. If it is an internal movement, if the posting change, so these are the different categories. Okay, so we are checking, we are working for the put away category. When we are working for the stock removal, we will check it. Okay, other warehouse process type. What is the activity for this category? This is a put away activities. Okay, so and in this we need to check the source storage type and source bin. Okay, when we are using the put away warehouse process type, we have to define this source storage type. Okay, from where we are going to put away, or what is the source, because material comes now to this bin, ZR zone bin. So this is the one storage type it has already created 9010. Within that storage type, we have created the storage bin that is also available. Now we need to define the determination of this WPT warehouse process type 1010. How to determine this WPT? Here we need to determine warehouse process type. Now this one we need to define the determination. So for this determination, I need to define at the document type. Okay, what is the document type of the delivery that we have created? That is the ZINB. Where it is this coming here? See, document type ZINB. So when the system determine that we have a delivery of the document type ZINB for this warehouse, which process type we need to use? 1010 process type. So I need to create a one entry for process type ZINB. Okay, and these are the other combination also. So for example, we wanted to do the complex put away, so we need to maintain the other data. So when we are covering the complex put away process, that time we will see how to maintain this data. Now we are focusing on this ZINB for this warehouse process type 1010. Now I have maintained this information. Now system should determine okay, go back. Normally should open with this information. So what are the sessions are open? This is not required. Hmm. What happened? Also that got disappeared. Strange. I have not deleted. BL33 and I will copy this. That distributed delivery. Distributed. It is changed to B. So it's a distributed. Copy this. We'll see in PRDR transaction. Normally I am checking in one transaction. Now I will try to check here. Hmm. Okay, so that means somebody is added this document type, and that document type has not defined, so we need to check with the further configuration. Okay. So because of that inconsistency, the delivery is got kind of wipe out. So I am checking that configuration now. For this, we need to go in SCM, in good receipt section, inbound delivery. Here you will be defining your document type for the inbound delivery. For example, we have this one, but we don't have Z, I and B. So at the document types, what the transaction we see at the header data or the item data. So this 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 these profiles will determine what should be the status. So for that we have the status profile. If any text is there, so for this we need to the, for example, if you want to perform the ppf actions, we need to define the action profile under this. Okay, so there are certain profiles that we need to define for the document type. And here we can define what should be the number range of our deliveries. There are normally, like, some companies are referring that inbound delivery number is equal to the ECC delivery number. Okay, for example, ERP reference number from the ERP as document number. So there's a one-to-one mapping. Okay, if you don't want to use the same number range, you can remove that one, so that that numbers and our ECC numbers will be different. This is the place wherein you can decide which number range you want. I'm just checking. So now this delivery is available now. Now I'm checking the error now. So we got the errors that what we got it initially. I'm going here change, and we need to maintain at the atom level that B. So determination indicator, value determined by the system. Let's try with this. What happened? Yes. Yeah. We need to first determine the warehouse process type. Our warehouse process type for this document type we have defined. You might have remember this Z I and B document type. We have defined our warehouse process type. So that is 1010. So we need to enter manually, as it has not defined, so at least we need to enter manually. So I will say 1010. Correct. Now system has determined this ZR zone. The moment this ZR zone will determine, it's become green. Then I will save it. Okay, so we have addressed this issue also. We have determined the good receipt. Okay. Now, what is the next step that we do? We need to do the good receipt. We need to do the good receipt so that that stock should be available at GR zone. So I will do this good receipt. I will verify the stock now. How we are going to verify? MON transaction. We need to go here, stock and bin. Then we have physical stock. What is the product? This is the product, and warehouse is WP01. Now here it shows that stock is available at GR zone. There are two line items. So which one is relevant? This will be by this document type. This is our delivery type, correct? So here delivery is 3443. No, I think 3533. This is our delivery. For this 3533, stock is now at the GR zone. Now what I need to do? I need to do the simple put away. For this, what we need to do? We need to select the line item. We have to go here. We have to say follow on functions, warehouse task. Okay, so here this is the warehouse request. Okay, for this we are creating the warehouse task. This request says that source bin is GR zone. In which bin I need to move the stock. So here we are selecting it manually as it is simple. Okay, so this is the empty bin. So I will say that I want to move to this bin. Okay, when I am entering the destination bin. Now you said or business said like that they don't want to enter this manually. Then how to determine the systems? That is a separate part that we will cover it later. Okay, let's we'll focus on this simple part. Now I'm creating this warehouse task. Now warehouse order, when we are creating the warehouse task, corresponding warehouse order is got created. So now what we need to do? Physically operator will pick that stock from GR zone and he will move to the destination bin as per this warehouse order. Then he will say that when he completed this activity, so now you can see stock is here only. Okay, there are three line items of which stock is here. Now this will move to the new bin when operator has physically moved this stock from the GR zone to this 02 bin, and he will say confirm. Then what will happen? The stock will move to 02. This one is, this entry will disappear and one storage, that 02 storage bin stock will update it. Okay, so I am saying that confirm. So that's done. Now let me refresh it. it's got changed to 0. Correct? So we have completed the put away also. What we have done, maybe if you can tell me, like, we have created the purchase order. Based on the purchase order, we have created the inbound delivery. Correct? After inbound delivery, we have validated that inbound delivery is available in MON transaction. After validation, we perform the good receipt. We observe that stock is available at ZR zone. After completing this, then we perform the put away so that stock has moved to destination B. I think 010. Okay, this is the simple inbound process. Is it clear? Any question, any doubt? Sahil, Ananya, Prashant.
Yes.
Okay, for Sahil it is clear. Ananya? Yes, Sahil. Maybe if you have any questions, you can ask. Or maybe I will ask, like, why we need to do a lot of transactions to receive the material. Maybe if anyone can answer this one. Because see, you have performed the good receipt, then you have performed the warehouse task, correct? So you need to perform the multiple transaction for receiving the material. So is it any
I think possibly due to the hierarchy that is here in the system.
uh, yes, that is the reason. Not due to the hierarchy, basically, like, it is because of the warehouse. The warehouse is very big, and if you want to have the visibility at which stage our material is there, okay, so for that we need to do all these activities. Okay, second point is that with this process we are making accountable to the operators, that you have these activities that you need to perform it, and overall it gives us the visibility, like, where is exact stock, and when that stock will be available for the next stage. So in that way, that helps to the business to gain the real-time visibility by doing these activities in detail. Okay, and I talked about the PPF activities. Okay, so in that, what we are doing it, if you want to automate certain activities, because sometimes, because of the nature of the business, we need not to do that activities, for example go to SIP or warehouse task creation confirmation. So what we can do in that case, there will be certain activities they will be performing via PPF actions. For example, creation of a good receipt. The moment the inbound delivery is got created, system will do the good receipt, and then it will also complete the put away activities. Okay, so this is the one area that business may come and ask for this valid reason for that kind of process or requirement. Second thing is like that there could be certain process wherein um, you wanted to create this inbound delivery via RFUI transaction. Okay. Okay. So in that RFUI transactions, you will be certain activities, and then system will create the inbound delivery in background, and then it will also perform the good receipt and warehouse task confirmation also. For example, we have a returnable containers. Okay. So we have delivering the materials to the customer in a container, and that container you want to receive it. So in that case, business will not want to go to the complex process kind of things. Okay. So in that case, what they will expect that they will simply scan the container number, that is nothing but the batch number. So in a backend system supposed to create the inbound delivery, and that inbound delivery is should complete till the put away. Okay. So that kind of requirements that we may get it as per the uh, project. Okay. So this is few examples that I can share right now. Apart from that simple process point of view, if any questions, if you want to clarify, please let me know. Otherwise, I think we have gone through step by step, and we understood like uh, from the
Hey,
material
Anand,
mass.
I have
Yeah.
one additional question.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So if there is a QM, like the quality management is involved, then
Hmm.
how these steps actually changes there? Because most materials don't directly go for the GR. The quality is always there, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so how is it basically?
Yeah. So in that case, what happened? This we have a different stock type actually. So what happened? The system wise, it will allow us to receive the material. Okay, and after that, stock type will change via posting change to the quality, and after that, quality will take the usage decision. Okay, and once they take the usage decision, posting change is triggered, and the stock will move from the quality to the unrestricted stock type. So we have different stock types. Okay. So as per that, when we are receiving the material and good receipt and put away is completed, the stock type will change to the quality stock type, and quality persons in ECC, they will do the result recording. They will complete the usage decision. The moment they complete the usage decision, posting change triggered. Okay. And that posting change will change the stock from quality to unrestricted. This is one process wherein that is called the uh, inward inspection. Okay. Inward inspections will happen when the stock comes. Okay. When you perform the good receipt, the stock will be in quality, and we will be performing the inspection. Okay. This is one. And I think there is another type of inspection wherein you will be creating the early inspection also. There is called as early inspection process, wherein you will do the inspection, okay, before receiving the material, and with that system will create the early inspection lot, and we are performing the inspections, and we are doing that early inspection of that material as well. Okay, that is called the early inspection. So this is the two inspection for the raw materials. One is the after the good receipt, and one is before the good receipt.
Uh, can you like show us actually possibly in the live picture how is it mapped into this system?
Yeah, we will check that one, means quality interface. You need to say that, correct?
Hmm, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we will see. Yeah, okay. Actually, that syllabus it has not there, but yes, we will try to cover that quality interface as well as the production interface also. Okay, when we are doing the staging of the material for the production requirement for the PSN, and that also we will try to cover. Okay, so first we will focus on our topics what we have, and we will do that one also. Okay, because that readily that scenario is not available, but yes, we can do that one. That should not be the problem.
Okay. Also, there is one more question again. Uh, See, we are always doing GRN into the WM system itself, right?
Sorry,
Is it like
we are,
always the case? Like, is it always the case that we are doing the GRN in the like the warehouse system? Like, is it not like we usually do like the Migo? Don't we do the
Michael.
like the Migo and then it is followed to the WM for the put away and all that?
Correct, correct. So in this case, we are not doing MyGo, correct? What we have done, we have created the inbound delivery. Okay, and in EWM only we have said that good receipt has done. Okay, so as a result of that, what will happen? The stock is reflected on the respective bin. Okay, that is the thing is happening with that GR when we complete this one. And after that, that is equivalent to MyGo. You are okay. In ECC backend, stock supposed to move to that respective storage bin. Okay, uh, storage location, not storage bin. And after that, we are doing the this one put away. So that is two activities that we are doing in AWM. Subsequently, it is triggered that is into the ECC.
No, no. I'm asking whether it is like feasible to do the MyGo in the uh, ECC system and then we can do the put away and all that into the
Mm.
WM part. Will it reflect that way? That is the question.
Okay, so what will happen when you do the MyGo? Okay, so system will create the respective deliveries. Okay, and that
Hmm.
delivery is available in AEWM because when you do the MyGo, correct, your stock is not available at that point in ECC. So what the system will do? System will create the inbound delivery or outbound delivery, and that inbound or outbound delivery you need to process it. Okay, but system will create the inbound delivery, outbound delivery via MyGo when you do the MyGo. If that storage location is relevant to the EWM, then further steps we
Okay.
need to perform. Yeah,
Finally, actually take this one scenario as well.
yeah, yeah. In production
That is
scenario,
that
we
would be
will be
great.
having that one. Yeah, production integration we will be having this.
Okay, but that would be the production case, right? I'm asking over the normal GRM that we
Yeah, because yeah, in that also we are doing the GRN also, correct? Go to SIP, you need to do it.
do.
So in that case, when we create that good receipt via MyGo, system will create that.
Okay.
Only the difference will be the document type will be different. Okay, so that document types we will be referring it, and we will be having that delivery for the processing.
Okay. And now, again, you said we can create batches at the time of GRN into the EWM system as well, correct?
We can create before
Yeah,
GRN we can create,
but
I
we
mean,
also have batches into the ECC. So how is that actually corresponded with the ECP? How is that
correct,
actually like related?
correct, correct. So basically what happened, as it is a embedded system, when you create the batch, okay, the batch will be available. Okay, and in that case we can assign that batch to the delivery, okay, in EWM component, or you can do the same in ECC also. When you do the same in ECC, then it is reflected into EWM, but somehow some reason it has not done. So what will happen, that inbound delivery will block, and when we check the error, it will say that material is batch management, batch is missing. So in that case we need to create this batch, okay, there, and then that batch is got updated into the ECC delivery also. Okay, so like how it is updated in ECC delivery, it's got reflected into EWM delivery. So similarly in EWM delivery, the batch what we have created is got reflected into ECC delivery. Okay, now we will take a complex scenario wherein we have a decentralized systems. Okay, so what happen in decentralized systems? You have ECC in one box, you have EWM in the one box. What will happen, as like material masters, what we have created in the systems, that is got distributed to the EWM system. Okay, similarly vendor master also it's got distributed into EWM system when you create it into the source system. So when we create the batch master, also it's got distributed into the EWM system, and vice versa also. When we create the batch record in EWM system, that is got transferred to the S4 system, okay, via interface, queue interface. If any error is there at the time of transfer, then you might be observing that queue is got stuck. Okay, so this is the interface wherein
Okay.
when we
So
create a master.
actually it means yeah, basically the data flows like through and through between ECC
Yes,
and the WM
exactly.
system.
It
Okay, got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But in some cases, it's not happen. For example, vendor master or customer masters, we are not going to transfer from vice versa. Some data we will be doing it, some data will not be doing it. Okay, so in that case, like in case of uh, this decentralized systems, vendor master and customer masters will be the IDOC, that is the one-way flow. Okay, and but in case of batch will be distributed in via RFC configuration. Okay, so it will work like that. So some data will be to and fro, some data will be unidirectional, because
Okay.
yeah. So sometime like what happen in the vendor master or customer masters, if we not follow the process, sometime user may come that, oh, this both the data is not synchronized. Okay, because it's a one directional flow. Okay, batch master, yes, it is synchronized because it's a both directional flow. Okay, so
Oh, yeah, actually, Anand, I forgot to ask. That is, we have the product master in the WM system as well, right? I believe that as well.
product
We have
master,
the battery master in the ECC.
yes, correct. We have the product
Yeah,
master. So
yeah. So,
for
yeah,
so what we will be doing, so for example this product master, when we creating the material, we will be coming here, entering our, okay, so this is the warehouse product master. Some data that is coming it from the ECC, from the material master, still the storage. Okay, for example unit of measure, what we maintain in the ECC unit of measure, that will be reflected here in this product master. So classifications, packaging data, all this information, storage, this all this information is coming from um, ECC. Warehouse data, this data we will be maintaining in our system. For example, if you want to do the put away, the put away control indicator. Okay, so we will be maintaining, creating our put away control indicator, so we need to do the configuration. It is not there, we will be covering it tomorrow. So we'll be creating our put away control indicators. Okay, if the stock removal, what will be the stock removal control and all that we will be maintaining for this product. Okay, then slotting. Okay, we wanted to efficiently work to move the material. For this, the we need to maintain the slotting data. Okay, so this, with this slotting data, we can run the slotting, and system will determine that these products where we need to save, that is called the slotting. Okay, then we have the storage type data, for example replenishment, we wanted to define the storage type. Generally we are storing this material, and there what will be the replenishment quantity, minimum replenishment quantity, maximum replenishment quantity, and all that we need to define so that we can perform the replenishment. So this is the master data that we need to maintain, that is called the product masters. Okay, so as right now
So
we have done.
generally, yeah.
Yeah,
So actually, generally in the live actually scenario, is the material master number and the product master number same, or is like it's a
yeah,
different?
it is the same, it is the same, it is the same,
It is same, right? Okay.
it is the same. Yeah.
Okay, and thank you.
Okay then. Fine then. I think we can stop for the day, and tomorrow we will continue with the inbound process, but we will see the complex inbound process and auto determination of the destination bin. Okay. So we will cover that topic tomorrow. Hope today's topic is clear. Okay. And please